Perfect, perfect. Everything's looking good on all fronts. Okay, excellent. You know what I did forget though? Because we always forget something. Let's put these guys on back here. I can see in the darkness. Yeah, there it is. Gotcha. There we go. Gorgeous. All right, we're going to be doing a really cool red painting today. It's Paint with Josh. We're back in the studio with you guys tonight. Let's get spooky and crazy and dark, right? So you can see what I've already done with my humongous canvas up here. It's a 24-inch by 36-inch canvas, a real big guy, and I've already got it covered in my Bob Ross bright red and my Meeden permanent red, right? Covered it all across the whole top, covered over my moon, which was already acrylic and already done. I have a video on YouTube that shows you how to do these already. If you just scroll down my videos tab, right? Show you how to make your cool moon. Then we covered it in liquid clear. Then we covered it in the red on top. The whole bottom section is wet, right? You can see my reflection of my arm in there. It is wet, but there's nothing on it as of right now besides the clear canvas, right? Or our liquid clear. I have no colors. I got no colors on my palette. So while I'm getting ready, since I have literally the entire day to get ready, literally all day long to make sure that I have all my colors out and all this stuff, and then I still somehow forget, you guys gotta let me know where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwiches? And what a way to start the tutorial, Josh. Excellent job. Excellent job, man. Just get up here without any paint on your palette. That's cool. What are we going to do? We're not going to paint. That's what we're going to do. We won't be doing any painting. That's what. There we go. All right, now that's about all we're going to need. Now, probably not. I'll probably need my brown colors out as well. They always seem to find their way to the very, very, very bottom of the thing. Oh, you're killing me. The one brown that I really need, we don't have. So it's going to be okay. It's going to be totally fine. We'll just have to mix up a bit more of our Van Dyke brown and brighten it up a little bit and add some red and stuff. It'll be cool. We can do it. Okay. You guys tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich? You can see what we've already done. And now let's go have a grand old time, right? Let's go have a good old time. Now, grab our little fan brush over here. And since our canvas is already covered with the red paint out here, when our white paint hits the red paint, it's going to explode into color. Look at that. Crazy little bits. Right? Come down, maybe come up, kiss the moon just a little. Just a little touch. One little guy, bang, off in the night. Right? All we're really doing is having a bit of light color, no matter what it looks like, just needs to be some light color that we're going to have our trees bounce off of. Right? So let's take it and kind of blend it up towards the moon and down towards the base. Right? How far can you get your paint to spread and mix down into that very deeper, darker section? Right? It all depends on your amount of paint that's on your brush, the amount of pressure that we then push on the paint, right? And practice, 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 practice really helps, right? Soft little red little cloud in the night. Now let's come in and get a little bit more of our white over here. Just a little sneak of our red color over here, just so it stays real reddish. Oh, we're gonna like this. Watch this guy come in. Pow! Right? Just a different color is all we need. And then we're going from a bit of brightness, right? We work this guy all the way down till it almost gets very dark, and that's where you pop in your next bit of bright, leaving some of the darkness around our second cloud, and maybe that guy. Maybe we won't even see this whole thing down here, right? But teaching you as we go how to do all sorts of stuff, right? Let's come out here, grab up our 1-inch brush again, mix it outward. Not all of our sky or clouds or trees or whatever need to go to side, right? This painting all kind of focuses right in the middle. So we want to not put our clouds all the way to the edge and not push them so far, right? Mix it up, mix it up. And a lot of the times that has to do with how much paint is on your brush. If you've got too much paint on your brush, it's going to go too far once you put it up here and start blending it, right? Boom. Soft little thing out there in the night. Now, here's the hardest question in Paint with Josh history. What are the 3 colors that we have to mix in order to create Paint with Josh plaque? The deepest and darkest of all the deep dark colors in the galaxy. What are those 3 color mix that we like to make, right? Literally scooping it up, flattening it out. It's like pancake mix. Scoop it up again, flatten it out. We got a whole big old, just a chunk, just an enormous pile of paint right here. What are those 3 colors? You gotta tell me in the comments. While I grab a different fan brush, instead of washing off our light colored one that has the white paint on it, let's grab a different old guy, right? Remember, if you're watching over on YouTube, you gotta make sure you're giving me a thumbs up. This brush is trash. Just total garbage. Let me get a new one. If you're watching over on Facebook, make sure that, here we go. I love these Gap Doctor for fan brushes. You just can't get any better than this guy, right? Even the Paint with Josh brush isn't as good as the old Gap Doctor, but shh, don't tell my manufacturer that. All right, we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna mix it down into the old plaque mix, immediately ruining the brush, right? This nice, clean, brand new brush down into the plaque, literally mixing it, smushing it, spreading all the bristles out, filling it nice and full. And with every brand new brush, you're gonna get a couple, get out of there, a couple little bristles come loose no matter what. Now, we need to decide, right? We have our scene kind of feeding down in this V shape. So let's come real high up into our clouds. We'll start popping down. All we need is for this darkness to be darker than our clouds in the background, right? And that way it's gonna stand out. Mix down a little bit more. Let's start popping down a few more things. And then right about here, right? Why don't we come in and we'll literally pop in a tree that's gonna stand out among all these other guys and really tell our brains what the heck all this stuff is, right? Because it's not necessarily looking just like that all the time. And we come out here, we streak it down, we got our little trunk, come out, start pushing in just a corner of the branch, popping out as we go down, right? And then you can go back in and fill out little sections, pop, 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 little things, right? Doesn't all have to be perfect. You don't have to have the same branches on either side. Take a bit more of our plaquish mix, and maybe we keep going down just a little further with our little guys. Right? All of this stuff is all mushy fog that we're going to end up turning it all into anyway, and it will sort of very lightly fade its way to the side. And these have turned out so fantastic in all of the little versions that we've done so far. They've all been excellent, right? Doesn't even all have to look the same. I'm telling you. I'm literally telling you. It doesn't have to do anything. Maybe we got one more little guy right there. Bang! Right? Pop him in. Again, just the corner. Try to stay out of everybody's way. And then once you get that corner enough to where we're literally pushing against the whole canvas with just the corner, right? It won't get any bigger. Now we've got to start using the brush and bouncing it out each way. Right? Bounce it out one way, bounce it out this way. Just popping out our little branchy arms is all we're trying to do. A little bit of darkness to pop out that way and be different and random. It doesn't all have to look the same. It doesn't all have to be symmetrical on either side. Some of the most fun ones aren't symmetrical on the sides. Check this guy out too. Or if we come down on a little angle like that, let's do the top half. So just a little piece, a little bit, bank, bank, bank. All right, little things out in the night. And then what if we skipped an area of his trunk? And so now we're going full pressure of our brush down here. A lot of times you can have those little trunks out there with our little bare spaces, right? Bang, just like that. Doesn't have to be too big. But at least now we can see there's something out there holding up that big old tree, and his branches don't have to be perfect, right? Not every time at least. Maybe, let's come down off of this big crazy dude. Pop one up here. Remember our again, not even being equal or symmetrical or whatever, and you can pop it down. The biggest monstrous tree, right? It looks cool because it looks different. Not everything out there is going to be the same, right? Then we got a couple little guys in here. Just a little thing in between these background trees, right? Further off, maybe they're behind our bigger guys, whatever. It doesn't all have to be the same. Come around. Maybe we got a couple more to pop up this way. Just up there, give us a nice little sharp tip top, and then we came down and up and down and up and covering it in and filling it out, right? Not all the way to the edges. Don't do that. Don't you dare go all the way to the side, okay? Let's come back in, grab up our 2-inch brush, just like this. And as you can see, we had our 8-inch moon. We covered it a little bit with our trees. You don't have to fully cover it. It is behind a little bit of our clouds, right? So it's all about those layers. You start with your farthest away thing, then we got the clouds, then we got the trees, then we got the midground, and we got the foreground, right? Layers, guys, layers, layers, layers. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. No matter where you're watching, hit that thumbs up button, right? We're gonna come back in here with our 2-inch brush and go slightly swiping up like this. And you can see we do a little bit of pressure on these guys because you want them to streak up and have a little bit more of a spiky little tip top, right? Not on our bigger guys though, don't do those. Right in between, we can drag up, again, creating more little trunks. This guy, not so much, because we don't want to drag all the paint up. It will smear if you do that, right? But these guys, we can go all the way through, right? All the way through it. So you drag up a million little tree branches off in the background. Only using the smallest bit of paint onto our brush, right? We didn't even add anything to this brush. Now we go from that kind of mid-level pressure to just full-on hammering. Just a good hammering over here. Like this, right? Mix it out to the side very lightly. The more we start at it, say you come in here and you grab a little bit more of the darkness, mix it out again, right? Just making it softer and softer and softer each time that we do it. Each time that we hit the canvas, just like this, on a downward angle, trying to stop the brush like that. Not trying to drag it, we're not brushing it, right? We're coming down at this angle on this thing, just going, and just hitting the brush right on the top. Boom, 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 right? Not dragging it, not brushing it, not being very soft and gentle. Smashing it, just so the whole brush bends in half. You see that? All the bottom bits not touching the canvas, it's only the section on the top. You can literally see the brush. Thank you for the gift. You can literally see the brush. We're only touching the top half each time we mash down, which means that we're not coming at it straight. Otherwise, the bottom of the brush would get paint on it as well. Coming down from that angle, catching the top branches and just pushing it. Boom, 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 boom. Right? It may look like a random thing that we're doing, but it is most definitely not. What we're doing here is softening down all of that crazy firm paint that we had put out there, all those globs, right? We're just globbing on. We're softening those guys down so we can then add a next layer. Same that we did with our clouds, right? When we first put our clouds in, we just mushed them all up in there, right? What did we do next? We came back and we softened it down so that we could mush some more stuff. And then we soften that down. Then we're going to mush some more stuff on there, right? All about the mushing and the pushing. And the tearing, I can't believe that. Even just came out of my mouth, just automatically. I don't know. It's just a reference I saw from earlier. Oh, anybody remember that? Just hysterical. Okay, now that we've mixed up our little area, I can sort of see there's a bit of mist down in there, right? And you guys might be able to see it on your camera screens because it's so bright, right? But what if we were trying to put some shade on it? Could you tell the difference between the trees and the black if there was some shade on there? Probably not, right? So it's probably not going to be bright enough to stand out. All of your oil paintings are going to dry and get duller, right? So you have to make them brighter than you want them to be so they can kind of settle down and dull back in, right? Now let's say we could even literally wrap a bit of white right around this guy. Maybe we had this little touch of misty, foggy cloud come wrapping around our forest, okay? Same thing. Big mushes, then we blend it out. Then big mushes, then we what? Blend it out, right? So we can even take this guy, take some of his brightness from here and mix it up and around into the sky. See that? Automatically. Just makes it look like our mist is wrapping down among the trees. Now, once we're in our trees, we want to go up. We want to go down all over the place. So it's not just a straight line. We're not painting the hedges at Buckingham Palace out here, people. We want it to be odd and weird and spooky. It's too much of the same. That's not very much spooky to me. A little bit of misty fog, right? What did we do? We mushed on some white paint, blended it out with our little circles. It's literally it. I mean, I didn't hold the brush like this. I hold it like this, like a little, like pencil sort of. But Mushed it on, blended out. Mushed it on, blended out. Mushed it on, blended out. What are we gonna do next? We're gonna mush something on, right? So let's go back in and let's get, oh yes. Let's grab up a 1-inch brush. This is, oh, it's the old PaintWithJosh 1-inch brush. Mwah, hello, lovely. I haven't seen you in ages. Well, I see you every day sitting on my table, but let's come over here, grab a little of our red, a little of our white, right? We don't need it too much white because it's gonna be too bright. It'll turn it pink, and that's not what we want. We want it to be red. Red in the red. Right now, let's say perhaps, maybe just another guy back in here. Yeah, let's come back this way. Let's come popping down like we had a little thing, right? Boom, boom, boom. The PaintWithJosh brush is the thinnest little grassy lined brush that you're ever gonna find from anybody's stuff. And the best part, what's the best part about the PaintWithJosh brush, guys? Anybody know? Hey, come on, somebody out there's gotta know. What's the best part about the PaintWithJosh brush? I say it all the time. We're gonna get very light as we go to the side, because remember, we don't want everything to be seen. Thank you, Harley, for laughing in my during my show. I appreciate you. Now, again, guys, what are we gonna do right after this? We're all gonna go over to the Glitterwix channel, because she's streaming again at 6 o'clock after me. And you gotta get over there and check it out. It's really cool. Does all these colorful candles and wax melts and gorgeous little things. A bit more of our red, a bit more of our red, a bit more of our red. Don't have too much grass, right? The more that you tap at it, the duller it will be, the more our little details get taken away, right? Because as they're further off in the distance, they have to lose some of their details. I was just talking to somebody about this today. If it's far away, it can't be as textured or as close looking as something that's got to be more close than it, right? Now we got our little grassy bits back there, just to make them look a little further away. Gonna go one swipe, just one little swipe across it with a little 2-inch brush. Not even enough to go back and wash that brush. That's how lightly we went across. Just to drag it, make it look a little bit further away. Now, what if? Oh, I can see it already. We're gonna go back to our plaque mix. Grab up our knife. Go back to our plaque mix over here. Mix this guy down, then we're going to scoop it up, and let's just say there was a crazy bit of some kind of jagged rock opening right over our grassy area, right? So we have to put our plaque down there, really get it all crazy, dark, right? Darkening everything out, down below. All these rocks down below, right? Now, what we need to do, prior to doing anything else, now that we know where our lava river basically is going to start from, we need to come back. We're going to grab a little bit of our red, just a little touch. Both of our reds, our permanent red and the bright red. And let's start making a little thing. And maybe it came out over from here. A lot of red though. You see how bright it is? It has to be that bright. I want to have a little bit of red kind of aura underneath my rocks too. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit. So you have that red glow right above the rock. Oh, hell! Right above the rocks. Give me an Emmy on how good this one looks, for goodness sake. Oh, man, right? Now, this one will be a little bit different than our other one, but it doesn't matter to me. They are all wicked cool. All right, we're going to have our river, say our little lava river just went and fell right out the side of it, man. Just over the edge and boom, off to the races as the lava dripped down. Maybe, just maybe, it had another little drippage area as it was going down over here. Just gets caught, boom, right? We are going to decide when we come back and light it up with our color, we get to decide what it looks like, okay? So, we're running out of red. We're going to need to get a little bit more of our red, and I'll show you exactly the color that we're using today. Our Meaden Permanent Red, it says it right up here. Permanent Red, that's kind of an indication of its color, but I've always found that no matter what, the indication of its color and its actual color are always a very different thing. Right? They're like, oh, this is what it should look like, and you open up the thing, and you're like, that doesn't look like that at all. There we go. Get that guy, a little bit more of our red, our permanent red, mix it with our Bob Ross red. The Bob Ross red is very bright. You can see the difference between our Bob Ross red and then the permanent red's a little bit deeper and darker. And if we mix the two of them together, it just gives you this wicked awesome thing. Maybe we had another little guy come out, dribble down, maybe he went out, dribble down again. Little things falling off the edge, right? no matter what, you gotta have a little color out there before anything else. Now, if this is a lava type of a one, right, we're not gonna have any drippy spray or anything like that. So, what if it dribbles down into this little crazy little pool at the bottom? Just like that. Again, not even going all the way to the bottom. Just have a little bit down there. Oh, it's gonna ripple out of the thing. Be really cool. Okay, now we've got to go back and brighten up all this crazy red, right? Even though it looks very bright, we've got to change its color a little bit. Go with a little bit of white, a little bit of our Indian yellow, which is the most like oranges of yellows. It's a little orangey, right? Over here, brighten it up a little every so often with the white. Now, we're gonna take that same brush and we're gonna decide maybe we got a little bit of brightness back in here, right? Just by adding it over the tip top, instantly adds little bits where you got bright areas, dark areas, all depends on what you want it to look like. Maybe it come out and come rolling down the side and hit over this way, right? It's rolling as crazily as it can be. Now you gotta have enough paint on your brush to make it look right? So let's come over the edge. There we go. Looks a little bit more like water now, but bang. Ooh. I like that. You guys get a little bit more of our pure Indian yellow, and let's roll right over the top of that guy. Just with that pure Indian yellow. Right? Getting all those different colors out there. Gorgeous little things. Lighting it up as we slide it back into that little hole, wherever it came from. All right, now, wipe off our brush again. Go back, load up on our white. Over here, a little bit of our Indian yellow. Trying to get the very last bit of it we can possibly use. Come over the side on this guy, and what if you just fell off the edge, right? Maybe it hit a little spot off the side. All depends on us. How bright do we want it to be? How much do you want it to roll over? Take your little guy, pull it straight over the edge, and then we'll go put some rocks and stuff back here, right? It's gonna look really cool. It's gonna look wicked neat. Go throw some rocks, different things. We've got little bits, little things of lava that are like flowing down. Who knows? We get to decide as we go. That's our most fun bit, right? We get to choose. Maybe it doesn't go all the way off on that side, right? Just falling over, little things out in the night. Now I'm gonna add one little touch of my brightness back underneath there just to see if we can get it to lighten itself up a little bit. Show there's a little bit of, it looks like steam or something. Some sort of light coming out from you. Very cool. Now, we're going to take our brush again, or our knife, excuse me. Now let's go back and seal in everywhere that we don't want to be water or lava or whatever. Right? Come down around the edge, making it very rounded. Right? Come down like that. You can even pop up into your color like we did there. Back over here with our little streaks, our little points, little things, right? All depends. You have to cover over some things, right? Maybe out there, we pop right into the waterfall because you have to have bits that cover over, right? In order to have our depth. Gotta have little rocky areas. Maybe that thing fell down. It fell down over here, and we get a little bit more of it for this side. Come out, push our little rocks back. Maybe this rock came up a whole lot bigger on this one side. Just because we had some excess paint right there, right? Not everything is going to be the same. Popping it back in, over there, staying around the edge. Bang, fall over the side, right? This guy, come up into right there. Just right into the tip top. It looks like it's fallen over. Same thing, we're going to go in the middle, right up into it, just covering over some bits of our color with our rocks, instantly causing them to look like they're further away, right? Pushing that lava or water or whatever you're going to call yours back behind, which is why it had to force its way over and fall down the side. Oh, love it. Just love it. Take this guy, some of his bits over here. We can brighten up him with our little bit of our red highlights for our rocks and stuff. Popped out into there as well, just because you can't show everything. If it hit that little rocky space, maybe that's why it popped out, and then it's got a little bit bleeding down the side. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's very cool. Very cool. All right. Now, let's see. We've got to come back and sort of decide what do we want our bits of our land or our rocks to look like, right? How far do you want them to stretch outward? Push back everything else, right? The really only focus from here on out is this one thing. It's the very closest thing to us. We're not trying to go side to side. We don't need to reach the edge. We do want it to come out and project into our darkness, and that way it'll really pick up on your eye. Maybe we had a whole thing down there and then it kind of fell off the side. As long as we don't forget to highlight it, should look pretty cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Berber. We can come in here with our bit of red. Start tapping down right underneath where our little guy was. Again, not going all the way to the side and then going back over it. Tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, tapping it until we get it to look like it's kind of feeding back to that little hill, right? Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Maybe we take this guy and dangle him over the side with our little red grassy bits. You never know, but we don't want to go side to side. We don't want to fill it out to the edge. We want to do it in like a vignette sort of a deal, right? Over there. That guy I like exactly how it is. And now we've got to make up our highlights for our rocky color, right? So if we're going to go red and all that, let's get a bit of our brown color, a bit of our white. Get our Van Dyke brown, our dark sienna brown, white, and then our permanent red by Needle. Let's mix these guys up. All right, the red and the white should brighten it up just a bit, and then our browns should kind of even out and look very cool. Look at that. A deep, dark, brownish color. We can even take some of our red, mix it in until we have it to our liking. All right, we don't want to get too much white in there, though, that's for sure. Just like that. Now, let's come back in, scrape some of this guy up, and then you can literally kind of start tapping at it and releasing, right? Not every rock has to be like a flowing thing like this guy, if it just, you know what I mean, and fell down like that. You don't have to do that on everything. A lot of people struggle with that. So what we've come up with is kind of tapping at it with your little suction cup, and then removing. Coming over here, we'll tap at this little side. Tap it that way, and leave those little spaces in between, right? And that way, we're not covering every piece, and we're kind of highlighting it like we do with our asteroids and stuff, right? Not every bit has to be covered. We're literally coming through, grabbing up a roll like this, and then suction cupping it to our canvas like that. See how it leaves those little ridges, those little lines? All that paint, because it's such a firm paint, and it all wants to stick to its own self, doesn't want to leave us alone back here. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Is Cosmic here yet? Is she here? She's still at the gym? I'm confused. Remember, guys, if you're watching over on YouTube, you got to make sure you give me a thumbs up, right? Because it's going to help my video reach more people. You're actually helping me by just touching one little button. Right? Come in here and again, just tapping and releasing until I have no more paint left. And wipe it off. Over here, tap it and release. Not every bit has to be disconnected. Not every bit has to be connected. They don't all have to be the same. Come out there into our grassy area, right? With our brownish, reddish gorgeousness. And not every bit of our darkness needs to be covered with this thick brown paint. You have to have some bits of dark. And maybe this guy started rolling out and coming down off the edge, right? We don't know. We can't see it. I don't know what happened back there because it's so dark we can't really tell, right? Oh, fantastic. Just fantastic. I'll push this guy a little bit more just so it's uneven, right? It was too much of a straight line right there. Gotta have it be uneven if we're old Paint with Josh. Now, go back, grab up a little bit more of our guy. Let's grab a little bit more of our white and brighten this guy just a touch. Just a touchery, right, for our other side over here. We're imagining all of our brightness from our moon maybe might light up these guys in a little different way. See that? A difference? A little different touch of our different colors out there, and you start getting different things in the night. Remember to leave your dark areas in between. Not everything has to be highlit or shown or anything. Right, come back in here, tap at it, tap at it, tap at it, grabbing up that color, tapping and releasing, right, just smacking at it, literally, and it will start to blend its way down. So initially, if your first color is too bright, and you're like, oh no, right? Keep tapping at it, and each time you tap at it, it's gonna mix in with that plaque color, and it's gonna change it. And each time you tap, it'll get a little darker, and a little darker, and a little darker. That kind of fall down too. Goodness gracious. Right off the back. Oh, man, we're just building mountains and land with this poor guy over here. Excellent. Excellent. This guy right over the top of it, a little of our black color. Boom. Fabulous. Just literally building land mass. All right, we're gonna come in here, grab a little of our white, a little of our red, just a little bit. Don't be too crazy. And let's say this guy, right? We're gonna land in, we're gonna roll down in different ways, but I don't want it to be so overly bright. So what I'm gonna do is mix it down almost into like a little foggy mist right over the base, right? And then what we'll do is go back and add some rocks and different things back in here that we can get stuff falling on too. So if we get a bit of our plaque mix going again, and mix this guy up, all of a sudden, we can come in and throw in cool little differences back in here. Even as far as putting in little bits of rocks, little different things that it might have come down and got behind back over here. All right, we get to choose what it looks like, how much of it we get to see. It came down just like that. We filled in all this whole space, popping up some of our bits back there, right? Just so you've got this bit of rock back behind there. Now we can highlight that little rocky section. Not too bright, right? We don't need it to be overly bright. It's way down there at the deep darkness at the very bottom. We don't need them to be overly bright, but we do want to throw something on it, right? Very cool. Thanks, Cindy J. Appreciate you. Very, very cool, guys. Cool. Man, that's neat. This is just a neat old thing, if you ask me. All right, now, on our other side, right, again, say we might have some sort of foamy, misty something coming off of it. You have to brush it out, so leave yourself some room. You don't want to just use your fan brush, that's for sure. And we got a steam, or we got something happening down there. Right? Very, very cool, guys. Now, let's get this little dude. Let's be falling down into yellowish, reddish gorgeousness. Bang. Oh, I like how that's like kind of dripping off too. Getting to the end and just falling. Woo! Okay, let's brighten this guy up just the smallest little bit. Just with a little bit of our excess color. Don't need to be too bright down there, that's for sure. Just like this, especially with this little scene. There's not much to it, and you want to sort of leave it all vignetted, you know what I mean, where you don't have any discernible edge to your painting. Very cool. Ooh, I like that, guys. I like that. So is Cosmic here? Because she's going to have to pick a name for her painting, guys. And you guys are going to have to help her come up with a title. So, start coming up with a title for this one. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to come up here, toss in just a million little stars, right? Just by dragging our brush through the palette, it bends the bristles back, launches them forward. We don't need to have too many. You don't want to have too much paint on your brush. It'll be too thick, right? Or it'll come off in globs, and that's not what you want. Just toss a couple out there. Just throws about 10 million miles into your sky. Talk about depth. There you go. There you go, guys. I love the coloration in this guy. It's gorgeous. Fantastic, my friends. All right, let's see over here. That thing all closed up. Dry this guy off. You guys start coming up with a title. I'm gonna throw the old bird signature in there, and then ooh, moon Moonrise. Oh, man, she's already got it. She's already got the title picked out. Not even giving you a chance. You don't even get the opportunity to give her a suggestion. Because she's already come up with it. Okay, we'll keep it pinned up there because I got to wash off these brushes. I was hoping, you know, we like to get the audience interacting and stuff with comments, but it's okay. Let's come over here. And such a cool, she must have been thinking about that since the beginning. Literally the beginning. She was like, you know what? I already got the title. Already picked out. This guy. Remember, you guys can try this on all sorts of sizes of canvases. It doesn't have to be the same exact size. I mean, it helps if you're on the same size canvas, because then you can kind of measure everything out and go, okay, I need my moon to be about that far down, and my forest to be about that, and you can kind of measure it if you're doing it on the same size canvas. Or at least match it up, right? But you don't have to. I did one that's on an 18 by 24, which is, you know, much smaller than this guy. And the same size moon, so the moon looked a lot closer because it was on a much smaller canvas. But it still worked. It still worked perfectly. Perfectly. So, it doesn't matter the size, guys. It's the motion of the ocean is what I'm saying. No. But it is easier if you're doing it, or if you're trying to do the tutorial on the same size canvas. It's much easier. Now, you guys got to come up with a title. Type it in. I got this last brush to wash off. And our big 2-inch guy. And then we'll title it, sign it, burn it up, and then turn off the tutorial canvas. There's this, and that. Start to finish, guys. Very spooky. Someone said, am I going to start getting into Halloween soon? I don't know, you tell me. It's kind of Halloween-y, little-ish. It's a little Halloween-y. Not the thing you want your girl to say to you guys. All right, over here, over there, we're going to put in our signature. Oh, you know what I was going to do that I didn't do in the last one? This. I just saw it and was like, oh, it would be cool if they had some red tree trunks off in the night. Which is why I added that one tree trunk that was exposed. Because I knew I was going to want something. Right? And those guys in the back, they're just silhouettes. So don't put too much of a tree trunk, and definitely don't do it all the way up and down. And if you ever feel like you did put on too much, right, you can literally take your brush, and especially if you've got some of your plaque nicks already on it, just start covering up little pieces, right? You don't have to see every single bit of all your trunky pieces. Right? There's a few little things that are going to catch your eye out there in the night. In the night. Alright. This guy. Now, we can turn it around and name it. So, what are we naming it? Moonrise on Mustafar, right? Am I correct in thinking that was it? Marker. Boom, boom. God, this thing's so big you can barely turn it around. Right back on my little screws. Over here. Perfect. It's a big old canvas, guys. Number 1437. And just for confirmation, yeah, that's what I thought. Moonrise on mustard. Boom. Moonrise on mustard. I feel ya. Painted on 8/12/2023, and we're all going to go to PaintWithJosh.com, because beyond TikTok, PaintWithJosh.com is like the best website ever. So you got to get over there and check it out. And then within the next 20 minutes, we're going to be tuning into the Glitterwick show. I feel like I have something in my eye, on my eye. I'm probably wiping paint into my eye. We're going to go check out the Glitterwick show on TikTok and Facebook and Insta and YouTube and all the places. And if you don't follow Glitterwicks already, they seriously have the most amazing candles and wax melts and car smelly air freshener stuffs and all sorts of goodness. Just look in the comments. There's guaranteed someone watching has got a Glitterwix candle and just has nothing but ravery to say about it. You know? Just rave about those candles, because I do. I've got the chocolate bourbon scent going in the house right now. It's gorgeous. Fantastic. Okay, we've signed it. I've got to put the birds and the old signature on there. And then we'll shut down the other 2 cameras, and then we'll wait for old Glitterwix. Now, let's do it in red like we did before. Do my liquid white into my permanent red color, just so the liquid white makes the red come off the brush a little easier. And let's do them, let's do them down in the darkness. Caw-caw! It's flying through our scene. Boom, the 3 birds hiding in the night. And we'll come down here, throw this guy in, just like this. Bing, bang, boom. Fabulous. You guys. That one came out excellently. Not a single thing I would do to change it. So cool looking. So, whew, man, it's getting warm in here. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. Moonrise on the mustard farm. That's what I saw. That's what we put down on the back. Moonrise on the mustard farm. I don't know why. I mean, there's some yellow in there. French's, I guess. Yellow. Maybe it's spicy mustard because it's hot. Don't ask me, dude. Don't ask me. All right, I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube and the Facebook cameras. I love you guys. I very much appreciate that you tuned into the show and that you hung out with us and watched me come up with this crazy thing, that you hit the share button, that you hit the like button. I just love you for that. And I can't wait to see your versions of this painting. Please send it in to Facebook.com/official PaintWithJosh. And until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day and blah, blah. You guys. I'm telling you. That's a good one right there. That's a good one right there's. Someone on YouTube was asking, is this going to be a tutorial? Yeah, it's on YouTube. Like, we're there already. I'm doing it as we speak. Yes. I'll just say yes. Just say, okay, yeah. Yeah. All right, let me turn you guys around real quick. Real fine, you guys. My freaking crazy bright lights. I'm going to move like all of the cameras out of the way and put you way over here. That's better. Oh yeah, much better. Fabulous. This looks immense. Just a big old canvas, you guys. So we did the birds. They're right here. Boop, boop, boop. 3 little birdies flying in the mist. What's a Mustafar? That's the best question I have ever heard. So if you've ever seen Star Wars, right, and you've watched episode 3, Anakin, who is Darth Vader, spoiler alert, Anakin and Obi-Wan have like an hour-long lightsaber battle of epic proportions, and they do it on this volcanic planet, which is named Mustafar, is the name of the planet. Literally, the best hour of the film is them battling lightsabers. It's incredible! Literally incredible. It was said you would just destroy the Sith, not join them. I know. I love that so much. I love it. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Star Wars from, the 1970s, that's on you, okay? That's not my fault. I was made to watch it when I was a child, and then I learned to love it after having to watch it so many times. And now I try to make my kid watch it. I've forced her to watch it at least once. She doesn't care. These kids don't know, bro. They don't know. Spoiler alert, I am Luke's father. He said you killed him. No, Luke. I am your father. No! All right, guys. Now I'm going to have to go watch... Star Wars now, just because of you guys. Just because you guys got it into my brain. I thought I was supposed to be the influencer, but you guys are influencing me to go watch Star Wars now. So, as per the questions, I don't even know if I've seen one or not, if I'm coming back for a second show. God, you guys know it's Monday. It's my Friday today. I'm lazy. I'm always lazy. At least I gave you one show, right? Right? I mean, do I gotta come back and do another one? I don't have to. I don't have to. I know you guys would all say, yeah, of course, come back, blah, blah, blah. But, and I know, Danielle, right? I know. But I didn't say if. There was no ultimatum put out that if it did, then I would come back, right? I never said that. It just did. God, I'm tired. I'm gonna give you just enough. I'm gonna give you like just the most amazingest of all shows. And yet, every day, you guys want more. Just more and more and more. I know, I am the best part of my own day as well as many other people's, I agree. Let's see. Weekend of just nerding out on Star Wars. I did that. I'm down. Whose Disney Plus account are we watching? I'm there. I know, Danielle. You make me feel bad. I know, and I've given you one full 60-minute episode of your favorite guy ever, right? Purple one or a turquoise one. The problem is, right, I would love to. I want to do one in blue, and I want to do one, I had to do another one in red for the tutorial, because everybody was like, oh my god, what colors did you use? Is this one going to be a tutorial? I got to learn how to do this one. I'm going to do it whether or not you put out a video or not. And I was like, well, just chill, and I'll make a tutorial in red. But I know I want to do it blue, but I don't have any more canvases in this size. You know what I mean? The only other thing I have are a couple 18 by 24s, and they look really squished when we try to do it. Like the green one that we did isn't as expansive. You know what I mean? So I know you guys will just literally say anything. Oh no, kindergarten orientation. It's fine. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. For those of us that have been and the preschool, when you got to move from like the green room to the purple room, it's fine. You can totally miss those days. It's perfectly fine. Hey, Hope, what's going on? I'd love to see another one. What are you guys saying? I would love to do another one, but I don't have the materials. I don't have the canvases. You guys want to see this one up next to it? Its cousin, its other little brother. I guess we could put it. Yeah, this side. Perfect. Okay. This one is Tyler Bradbob's up next to Cosmic Lighthouses. And look at those guys for a picturesque flowing picture. Look at that. The forest lineup. The waterfalls are literally on the same plane. Am I not literally the best? Am I not the best? Literally? Like literally? Didn't even try, right? Didn't have it like, okay, if I start right here, it'll line up perfectly with the other painting. You just start there, you know what I mean? It just happens. Just happens. So, they do end up looking pretty cool. There's a lot of glare on the canvas today from the lights. I don't know why they're so bright. Oh, we do have to do a light party for Cosmic and this wicked cool painting, and we get to see which parts of it change, right? Let's put you over here. There we go. Out of the way of the lights. Thank you, Wanda. Appreciate you. All right, so if you're sensitive to light photo flashiness, we're going to hit you with like 8 different color lights within 1 second. Bow, 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 right? Really fast for a good 10 to 15 seconds. So turn your phone away. Don't worry. I'll tell you when it's okay to look back. 3, 2, 1. Light party! Oh, let's watch it now. What part blinks out completely? Which parts never move at all? Just instantly, I can see the rocks never disappear. They're hard as stone, right? The water flashes, the moon blinks out. Even the whole forest blanks out right at that moment when the lights change. That's really cool. Really cool. So this one is called Moonrise on Mustafar. And our light party is now concluded, so you may now look back at your phones if you're sensitive to light flashiness and stuff. I love this. It's like something's coming around. Something is about to come down. Maybe it's Anakin and Obi-Wan. Who knows? Who knows? Do you ever do a different kind of painting? Like oils, acrylics or watercolor? Or are you saying like paint a face? Because I've got very strong feelings on painting faces. And I can't do it, right? So I chose to be a landscape artist because you could paint a tree and have it sort of look like a tree, and then people will still go, hey, that looks like a tree. Okay, I got it. But if you paint a face and it sort of looks like a face, you're not a very good artist, right? I do not paint an acrylic. Thanks, Scotty-O. Except for the moons, right? I use acrylic gesso to make my moons. Just my Liquitex, right? The white and the black. That's all we really need. And it's very watery acrylic, right? So it dries very quickly. It spreads out very easily. And I like to sketch with this. So if I have an idea that I may want to try on the camera and I'm sketching it out, I'll sketch it out with the gesso just very lightly to see, and then paint over it. And same thing we do with our black holes and all that stuff. Just a little sketch out with the Jess. Potato. I lava it so much too, guys. Where's Cosmic? Because I haven't seen her say whether she likes it. Maybe she wants a refund. This one will be available for someone. No, I doubt it. Doubt it. Thanks, Ken. I like lamp. I love lamp. I love lamp. Just watch she's come back for another one. How dare you? Oh, that's funny, you guys. That is funny. You guys know me, though, right? Like, what's up, Maddie? Are you to come back? Dude, listen, if it's your Friday night at work, right? And the boss is like, hey, you can go home early if you want. It's your Friday night. What are you doing? You just tell me. Be honest, right? I want honesty out of these answers, okay? It's Friday night, for me anyway. It's my Friday. I've secured, I made my sale for the day, which is all I really ever. I don't really need to do much else. And it's my Friday. And I'm sort of tapped for ideas. Right? Wouldn't you take the day off? Honestly. You're out of there. Right. Red Beachscape. I've done a few. Right? Okay, Raymond's going to stay there and make the money. I feel you, right? Depends on your situation that week. Maybe you had a couple extra nights out at Taco Bell, late night feasts that you're trying to cover. I feel you, right? But the majority of people, right, are given the opportunity to leave work early, they're leaving work early. Like, me, every time. Yes, don't care. I'm out. You've only been here for 2 hours. Don't care. I'll go early. Thank you. Bye-bye. That's just me, though, right? So, be the boss. Set your schedule. I know. And my schedule is a varying schedule. That's my set schedule. No, I do. I have, it depends on how I feel sometimes, guys, right? And sometimes I'm just tired after doing 9 shows this week. 8 shows. I don't know. Most of the time we do 10. I think I might have done 8 this week because we only did 1 the other night as well. But I've been editing so many videos. I've got so many things going on. The brushes are about to come back with my proof on the design of the box that I'm going to have to approve. Meaden's sending me easels and paint and cash so I can do a video for them. Lots of stuff. I just need to buck up, lock in.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, what's up? Yes.
Hey, we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are. I'm 5 minutes early, but yeah, I'm ready. Are you gonna hit the time? I'm gonna go.
Okay. Well, no. Keep talking.
I don't care. Whenever you see the timer go, I'll start my sign off. I'll just sit here like this. I can't stay still, bobbing and weaving.
Okay, hit that timer, Yvonne.
Oh no! All right, got it. Well, we're about to go over and watch Glitterwix. That's where I'll be if you're going to be wondering where's PaintWithJosh for the next hour, right in the Glitterwix stream. So until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have a good day. again.
No, just REN. What is up, everybody? Everything is different. I seem really far away.